I'm Tim. Welcome to my channel. Going to be having a lot of fun this morning. It's my morning. Going to be having a lot of fun working out. Going to be doing the bench press today. Going to start off warming up with some 10 pounders. Jumping right into this. Going to have so much fun. It is a glorious Monday. Hopefully, you're having a. Can't talk for a second. Hopefully, you're having a good Monday wherever you may be when you see this. Again, just taking that time to warm up. I want to make sure that everything is good to go. So I'm very excited about today's workout. I'm going to be doing the 60-pound dumbbells today. Last week I did the 50-pound dumbbells for 3 sets of 10, which means I'm moving up this week. Every time I can do 3 sets of 10, I increase the weight. So this week I'm going to be moving up to 60. And if you're new to working out and you're looking for a way to jump into it and get started, as always, it's a very simple setup. I have a Reebok stepper bench, so you can adjust it. You can go up, and you can also use it as a stepper. It's a good alternative to buying a bench, but once you have it, whether it's this or a bench, and you have your set of dumbbells, you can do bench press. You don't need to have the big Olympic bar to get started on your fitness adventure. All right, I got 20 pounds. Just moving up, still warming up. So make sure that you take that time, make sure everything is in good shape. Notice any aches or pains. Like for some reason, my shoulder right here is not particularly happy with me. So I'm gonna pay attention to that, make sure that my form is on point, and just see if it's gonna be a problem. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I think it's something I can work with, but better to find out now than when I grab heavier weights. Little problems can become big problems when you go up in weight. So make sure you're paying attention. And just making sure you're taking time to be slow and steady. Give your body a chance to wake up, your muscles a chance to wake up. Rushing into an exercise that your body's not ready for can be devastating. And it can look or feel silly warming up in a public gym. You'll see a lot of people not doing it, not taking the time, and it's just their loss. It's going to be better for you. Remember, just because someone can put up a massive amount of weight and look super impressive, it doesn't mean they're not like on the road to hurt themselves. You'll see a lot of lifters that are doing really great hurt themselves and then they can't do it anymore. So properly warming up, taking time to build up that muscle, that's gonna be your like key to success and be able to do it for a long time. All right. So we're done warming up. Then we got the 60-pound dumbbells. First, I want to re-rack my weights. That is again the nice part about working out in your garage by yourself is you can make sure your weights are all re-racked. I don't know about you, but that's one like huge pet peeve I have and a lot of other people have about working out in the gym is people that just can't put their weights back for whatever reason. All right. That's 1 set of 10. That was good. But it's good to be able to keep pushing up. Try to give myself, less, anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute in between sets. I think it's a good time frame. Works for me. I usually try to be on the short end of the 30 seconds and try not to get too many times at the 1 minute. It definitely keeps me from being able to reach that level of fatigue if I go too long. But all right, grab these 60 pounders, keep going. All right. That's another set 10. I'm giving myself 40 seconds to kind of breathe and get back to it. And just remember, just because I say 30 seconds to a minute in between working out or between sets, that's not a law. It's not you must abide by this time. You should do what works best for you. You figure it out. Figure out what works best for your body. And I think that's the important thing about working out is making sure you do what's best for you. Figure that out. Take time to find out what you like best and then stick to that. Don't let people, they will drive you mad telling you about why this way is wrong and this way is better. And it can really stall you from getting out in the gym. This is all pretty simple, easy basics. No reason to stress about it. All right, that's 5. Starting to waver a little bit there. And it's my first week back to hitting the 60 pounds. So it's not going to be perfect right away. All right, I'm going to take off 10 pounds off each dumbbell, drop back down to the 50s, and keep going. Yeah, just the big thing about working out. Find out what works for you. Make it fun, and then don't let other people's comments or advice take away from you getting after it. And the further you get along, I'm talking like if this is your first go around, or you're just getting back off the couch, you don't need to research every little topic in order to start making some changes in your life. When you lose the weight and you get that muscle back and you want to get next level, go for it. Pursue it that way. But I think there's a huge opportunity when it comes to just sticking to the basics to getting you into a good spot where you're going to feel better about yourself, the way you look. Don't add the stress of all the other things that happen in the fitness industry. Keep you from hitting that first rung. My grandma told me a long time ago, and I think it's very true, the best way to reach success is in competing with yourself. If you go online and you start watching fitness videos, you're going to see people doing amazing things, pushing super heavy weights. And that can become daunting and slow you down if you're watching them and you feel like they're so far beyond. Don't get like that. Go do what you can do and then challenge yourself each time to do a little bit better than what you did previously. And you'll find yourself getting closer and closer to that level. And in the meantime, you just feel better about yourself. That was 8. So if I drop below 8, it's when I like to lower my weights. But I hit 8, so I'm gonna keep going. I'm also gonna give myself about 40 more seconds to breathe. Again, that breath is critical for working out. It's an obvious no-brainer that I have to constantly remind myself of, especially when things get hard, that hey, you need to breathe, dude. You're not breathing. And just breathe. All right, that's 5. Gonna go on down to the 40s now. I like to work my way down the ladder. Just exhaust myself as fast as I can. All right, give myself 10 more seconds, and we're gonna go. That's 10. All right, let's do this. 10, give myself 40 seconds. Now what I like to do is to keep trying to squeeze every drop of juice out of what my muscles can put out in a workout, and just keep going lower and lower. I'm pushing, as hard as I can. I like to walk that fine line of always being able to feel my previous day's workout, but not have it be so devastating that I can't hit it again. All right, let's do this. All right, that was 8. And if you're watching this and you think that's easy, I can do that. Good. Then next step is just do it. Don't look at it and be like, oh, that's easy, and then don't do anything and just scroll to the next video of another guy working out and be like, oh, I could be able to do that. Make sure you're doing it. Take that next step, get it done. All right. All right, so we're done. Done with the 40 pounds. I'm gonna grab the 30 pounds. Nice sweat trickled into my eye there. Thought it was fun. All right. And I'll tell you, when you do drop down to just doing the 30 pounds, it can feel silly, but I think it pays off. Just keep squeezing that juice out as long as you can. Someone's making some noise inside. All right, here we go. I will say one thing I've learned is that if I give myself too much time at the lower weight, I can keep going for a long time, which can irritate your elbow, at least my elbow. So that's one thing to be wary of. You're like, oh, I can do this all day. And then your elbow is not going to be happy with you the next day going into your next workouts. So just making sure you don't do so much damage that you can't work out the next day, and you ruin your chance for further success. The thing that helps me stay focused and on the goal is just the idea that I want to be doing this in the long run. A lot of fitness videos, a lot of people, because it's an industry and they're trying to sell you something, and they want you to max out right away or have like these huge gains, so you keep taking their product. It's not always focused on the idea that you have years and years and years to work out, that you have a whole lifetime to work out and maintain whatever gains you get. And sometimes if you hard charge the way that they're directing you to, despite all their good intentions, I don't know, good intentions, bad intentions, that rush, that blitz can really hurt you and set you back. Taking time, have realistic goals that allow you to change your life patterns as you go in a way that's successful, versus it's very easy to starve yourself for 90 days. What's hard if you do that is then getting back to eating normal after that 90-day period. If your goal is to, drop fat, which my goal has been for a long time, and I've, had success, is making long-term changes to how you do things, gradual changes that make it possible to keep going down that road. And it's kind of the same thing with pumping weights. If you are making gradual growth that's sustainable, that's not tearing your body apart, that's not putting you to a point where you're risking injury, that's going to be something you can maintain for your whole life. If your goal is like, I want to look like, Thor in 30 days or 90 days, I want to look as good as Thor, that's great. You're going to run the risk of hurting yourself, and you will only ever end up looking like Fat Thor, which is still pretty good. But don't do that. Be smart, make progressive changes, gradual changes that allow you to keep growing bigger and bigger. And hopefully too, it'll get that snowball effect. Little changes, little changes, little changes. Next thing, everything's just huge in a good way. But I hope you find encouragement in this. I hope that you find motivation. I hope that it helps you hit some of those goals and keeps you on a good path, free of injuries, free of setbacks. Injuries happen, setbacks happen, but if we're doing things gradually, we're going to have a much better success in the long run. As far as I figure, check back in with me in 40 years, see if I'm still hitting it hard. All right, thank you so much. Have a good day, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the timeline when you're watching this. And God bless you. Thank you. And please like, comment, and subscribe. I do read the comments, and I do appreciate it. So thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, today was bench press. I did 3 sets of 10 with the 10 pounds, 3 sets of 10 with the 20 pounds, and then I did 2 sets of 10 with the 60 pound, 1 set of 5. With the 50 pounds, I did 1 set of 10, 1 set of 8, 1 set of 5. With the 40 pounds, 2 sets of 10, 1 set of 8, 1 set of 7. With the 30 pounds, 5 sets of 10. Thank you.